Okay. Hello, everybody. How's it going? Yeah, I mean, it looks okay, I think. All right. Yeah, sorry. So as I said in chat, I got a new monitor this week. I set it all up. It's a 4K monitor, so it changed the desktop size, and so I have to change the base canvas settings in OBS, and then also the output settings need to be downscaled back to 1080p for the stream. So let me know if things look okay or if they look terrible, or I don't know. We'll see. But from what I can see from my live preview here, we're looking okay. Also, if volume seems to be off or anything a little bit, let me know for that as well, and I can adjust some things. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get started here, shall we? Yeah, so we are going back with the Argonian thief, collects many things, and I think we're going to be sticking with this character for a little bit. I've been having kind of volume seems good. Okay, good. The music's really loud in my ear, but it just could be because my headphones are turned up. But thanks, Magus. I had some character ADHD a little bit this year. But I found out that I'm happier just focusing on one character, so we'll probably get a little less build variety for the streams, but it helps me to stay focused on one character and then throw a build video together and then focus on another character. So, you know. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, the music and the game should all be coming out of the same channel with my setup here, so I wouldn't expect that to be any louder than anything else. Here we go. Oh my goodness, it's already broken. Oh no, it's not. We're good. I just gotta switch back to the game. I don't know why it switched out. But yeah, alright, we're good. So one happy side effect of this new monitor upgrade is now I am playing with an HDR monitor. And basically that means that the blacks are darker black and the whites are brighter white, and it just kind of adds more color density in between the black and the white, so all the colors just seem a little more clear. The monitor that I had before, it was just an SDR monitor. It's a non-HDR monitor, and everything was just a little bit washed out. So in order to get the blacks and the shadows looking as good as possible, I had to turn the black levels up, which darkened the entire screen. And when I would enter a dark area in the like in the game, especially Skyrim, I would have to overly rely on torches, night eye, things like that. So especially with a thief or like a vampire, any stealth build really, I was using night eye a lot, and most of my video was that washed out bluish tint, you know? So I think I will be relying a little less on night eye now, just because with the blacks as dark as I want them to be, I can still see everything else with this HDR monitor. It's actually quite nice. I'm really liking it. It's a good choice. In case you were wondering, I got a Samsung a Samsung Odyssey G8. It's not an OLED like the Neos are. It's a 4K 240 hertz screen with G-Sync, with HDR. All the good bells and whistles, so I can run at ultra high frame rates, which I'm not. I think I'm actually capped at 120 for Skyrim. It's not even hitting that in Markarth right now. So I can leave some GPU headroom for OBS, the NVENC encoder. So that's where we're at now. All right, let me catch up on chat here. Looker store run. Hey, there's Joe. Joe's gonna go get drunk and he's gonna come back. Color for you all, yeah. Spelled differently, but should be pronounced pretty much the same. Let's see. Got a question for you. Have you ever had predator vision not work for you properly? Only on older versions of E&B where it wasn't really compatible anyway. And then it was the predator version part of it. The predator vision part of it worked fine, but the night eye just never worked because, you know, night eye never worked in older E&Bs without the night eye fix. It doesn't work for most users. So are you still getting, because it's just like a detect life effect on top of a night eye effect, right? Yeah, I don't know. Are they, yeah, so are they getting the detect life and not the night eye, or the night eye and not the detect? It's weird if they're not getting the detect life, because that's just a standard in-game effect. And if night eye is working fine but predator vision isn't, it's not initializing at all. Oh, so like the whole mod isn't initializing. Interesting. Okay. Is the night eye? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder. Yeah, I don't know. It has to be something to do maybe with a reshade or something. Hey, there's a reef. It has been a while. Basic Khajiit night eye works though. That's interesting. I can't imagine Gopher's using anything different than just the standard in-game effect, you know? Unless he's hooking into the shaders directly, which might need like a patch or something. I don't know. Are they using community shaders over there? Does that work with night eye usually? But it works for me, and they're trying to tell me the mod is busted, which it's not. I put image of it last night, and they kind of shut up about it. Okay. So it's working for some users and not others. I wonder if it's just individual, like, E&B settings, or... Yeah, I guess not community shaders yet. But Predator Vision works with the shaders, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's working for me. I got it hotkeyed. I'm using EMB, but it's an older binary. This is what I get with Predator Vision. And we're a vampire now, so we have free access to Predator Vision and Night Eye. And Night Eye is just Predator Vision without the Detect Life effect on it. Okay, so hopping into the character here, we are with Collects Many Things. She's an Argonian, although you can't tell because she's wearing the mask of Clavicus Vile, and with some dark Daedric magic, it's actually changing the shape of her face somehow so that she gets better prices. So now she's just a human with a big scaly tail. But whatever, we get better prices that way. That's what we're using. Better persuasion as well. So I was here in Markarth just selling some things off, and I also just did the Ralbathar word wall. This is where Arngir sent me from the Greybeards. He felt the whispers of a word, and those were over here in Ralbathar. So we went and we did Otar and everything, and I am now wearing the Otar mask on my belt on the left, and then we get 30% resistance to shock, fire, and frost separately, so this stacks on top of any kind of magic resistance that we have with potions or anything else. So that'll help us with dragons. Speaking of dragons, I am going through and doing these word walls now because I think it was Magus that mentioned when we were originally having trouble with those double dragons. I'm always going to call them double dragons because I'm an NES brat. The double dragons in the Forgotten Vale, and he mentioned things like Mark of Death and things like that. So, and we just did not have an arsenal of shouts to use, and that could have helped a lot. We ended up getting through it, but yeah, I would really like to shore up our inventory of shouts, so that's what we're working on now. And I'm trying to avoid fast travel as much as possible because I'm trying to spawn in dragons for Dragon Souls, and I'm keeping 3 in the bank just because of the Dragonborn questline we'll be doing soon. We'll be going to Solstheim, and we need 3 in the bank for that because Mirak is a pain in the ass when it comes to stealing your Dragon Souls, and dragons can be a pain in the ass to find when you really need them. Hey, there's James. Welcome, James. Do you have Campfire installed? Instinct is pretty good for seeing different stuff. Yes, I do have Instincts on, and if I'm not looking for just like a total screen overhaul, I have a hotkey for that too. I haven't upgraded instincts at all because we haven't really been doing much camping. As a thief, Cole is mainly a city girl. That's where all the gold, that's where all the treasure is. So she's not really one for roughing it out in a camp somewhere. Vicar, officially finally moved to my new place. Much better. Oh, awesome. That's awesome. Congrats on the new place. Hope you're feeling a little more settled there. Okay. So what are we doing now? Well, okay, I do have that stupid quest active for Calcelmo. So I did complete this quest, and then I went to the general goods trader and bought some bone arrows, and she had some dwarven arrows for sale, so I bought those. And then here comes Vander with another letter from Calcelmo saying he wants to buy my dwarven arrows, and I'm like, I just sold you a dwarven arrow for 7 gold. Not doing it again. So removing that. So what we're doing right now is we are mainly cycling word whispers for Arngeir here. So we're heading back to the throat of the world. Your boy Nobody just stopping by to say hello. Unfortunately cannot no longer use my phone at work, so I can't stay. Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling that might happen. Sorry, bud. That sucks. Yeah, I've been at this job that I have currently for since 2007, so it's coming up on 20 years, and then like 15 years into it, I've always used like YouTube as like background music. So I'd just be coding or debugging code or whatever, and then I'd just have YouTube on another screen, and that was fine for 15 years. And then all of a sudden a new CTO joined up and said, hey, that guy's got to stop doing that. So my manager's like, dude, listen, I'm sorry. I know you've always done this and it's never been a problem, but we gotta get you to stop watching YouTube at work. And I'm like, oh shit. And then all of a sudden this like 40-year-old man is just being made to feel like a child. It sucks. Like I can't handle both, I don't know. Anyway, it sucks. It's all about optics, I guess. Very much so. The mini split is keeping my new apartment damn near freezing without my AC, and it's set to 70. Oh, geez. And there's Nomad. Welcome, buddy. All right, so as we're saying, yeah, we're pretty much centered around wherever Arngeir is sending us, so we're headed there now. In the meantime, on the way, I am going to stop by Lakeview Manor. I set up a greenhouse there with Fly Amanita, Dragon's Tongue, and Mora Tapanella to create these super potions that I can sell off. Because we are, the only skill that I need to kind of complete this build right now is alchemy. And so having Hearthfire available will really speed up alchemy progress here. So on the way over there, I'm going to stop by there, harvest any materials that have grown. I have planted a few in Ryek's End as well, so we'll take care of those, and then we'll head back to Iverstead. I don't really feel like doing the 7,000 steps over and over and over again. So I'll probably, once we get to Iverstead, I'll just fast travel back up to High Hrothgar over there. And then once we pick up the new word wall location, I will head to Riften, and we'll pick up jobs in that area, and then we'll head out, we'll find the word wall, we'll fleece the area as a thief, and then we'll see where we're headed after that. If it brings us to either Morthal or let's see, Morthal or Dawnstar, then we'll do the quest to unlock the Hearthfire houses then, so we can get more greenhouse slots for our potions. And then once we get alchemy all the way up to 100, I'll probably plant a bunch of juniper berries and canis root for fortify archery potions, because as a non-combat centric class, the thief really needs as much help as possible with damage output. And that helps a lot, those fortify archery potions from juniper berries and canis root. Canis root is also good for making paralysis poisons, along with Imp Stool, and then you can add more Tapanella to that to add a lingering damage health potion to it. So I might switch to those as well at some point. But Fortify Health is, or I'm sorry, Fortify Archery is the main concern at the moment. And as you can see right now, I have, oh, look at that, 69 Fortify Archery potions. And I have that hooked up to my equip sets for each one of these. I got the Bow of Shadows here, the crossbow for open combat, and then Nightingale bow for sneak archery. And those potions will automatically trigger each time I switch to one of these equipment sets. So that's how I'm boosting my damage output right now for a class that desperately needs it. So the Thief is more about avoiding combat, in my opinion, and sneaking around, avoiding combat. But then if they have to engage in combat, then they want to do it with the advantage of sneak. Mm-hmm. So there are no, we don't invest any perks into any of the crafting skills because that's not part of the Thief class. The Thief class is archery, light armor, sneak, pickpocket, lockpicking, and speech. Those are the 6 skills that we use, and none of them are crafting. So crafting is usually what gives you your top end damage output in on legendary difficulty, and perks will help a little bit, and non-perk boosted alchemy can help a lot too, and that's what we're focusing on right now. And I think that'll get us over the edge of this legendary difficulty curve here. In my case, it's a warehouse job, and it's technically an OSHA violation or something to that effect. They just weren't enforcing it until now. Okay, can you at least listen to like a podcast or something, or you got to be completely aware all the time? That makes some sense, actually. Anyways, gonna bounce. All right. Take it easy. Nobody have a good day at work. Just made 2 cups of bistro ramen. The Korea gochujang beef flavored is kind of hot but bearable with an orange cream cola. I had an orange cream Coca-Cola. Actually, when I got my Switch 2 in the mail from Walmart, they were like, oh, here you go. You're probably going to be gaming all night on this Switch 2, so we got you a free Coca-Cola orange cream. And it was good. Got a 20-ounce bottle. I was like, oh dang, thanks Walmart. Yeah, Walmart wasn't really my first choice, but I was pleasantly surprised at the customer-centric move there. That was nice. I don't think there's anything else here that I need. Yeah, purple mountain flowers have a fortify sneak, but our sneak is good right now. We don't have to worry about those.
Until next time.
Okay, I think we have an old orc over here. We're not going to fight the old orc, but we are going to harvest his saber cats, maybe for a strange cat claw. So I don't know how many of you actually saw my video on the hidden quest lines of Hunterborn, but those powers that you get from that quest line would be very useful for the thief. They're not spells, so they're technically not magic. They are, I think they're minor powers, so you can use them at will whenever you want. And there are things like muffle effects. I think other things that we don't really need now that we're a vampire, like predator vision, night vision, stuff like that. Speaking of vampire, we had Serana change us after, well, this all happened off stream. I finished up the Dawnguard Radiant quest lines to unlock all the crafting for all the different explosive bolts for crossbows, and I unlocked the enhanced dwarven crossbows, and that unlocks the enhanced version for everything else with the enhanced crossbows, or the I don't know, the CC that has all the different crossbows in it. So while Cole doesn't have any perks in smithing, I'm still using oh, what's it called, the crafting mod, honed metal. to have smiths craft me the crossbows and stuff that I'm not able to do. So that does add a little power, so it does upset the balance of the thief a little bit, but there's so many crossbows and stuff that I wanted to use, and I just didn't have access to them because I couldn't craft them. Especially with bolts and stuff. Bolts is really hard to come by, especially early in the game when you're firing off so many arrows and bolts, and they're just not doing much damage. But now that they are, it hasn't been as much of an issue as it used to. Are you using any alchemy mods? No, alchemy for me is pretty much vanilla, I think. And I've never really minded the vanilla alchemy. It's complex enough that it has a high ceiling. And mostly I've spent years and years just trying to learn what all these ingredients are and which ones are useful for certain character concepts, and I don't want to have to install something like CACO and completely have to relearn all the ingredients again, you know? That's the one thing I'm not looking forward to about Cassandra, which is going to be an alchemy mod from Anai Scion. I think that one's probably still a couple months out at least. That one has been delayed by over a year now as he's trying to figure out exactly what he wants to do with it. But yeah, so I've just been using vanilla for the most part, and vanilla's strong. Vanilla's still strong. It doesn't need any kind of power boosts or anything to it. So yeah, I've been happy with vanilla. With Nilla. OSHA, the one that, yeah, I never really minded OSHA. It's like, okay, if you're like a boss or a supervisor or a business owner or something like that, they can be a pain in the ass. But if you're a worker, they're there for your protection. So, you know, I can't fault them for that. I used to work retail and stuff, and I would have to do things like, oh man, I was not always as big as I am now. When I worked at CompUSA, the retail store over there, I was probably 160 pounds soaking wet on my 6'4" frame, so I was pretty slender. And I was tasked with carrying like these 19, 21-inch CRT monitors, and that doesn't sound very big, but those CRT chunkers were huge and they were heavy. Some of them, you know, were upwards of like 75, 80 pounds. Some of them even went even higher. And like when you're the only person on the clock that can even approach being able to lift that stuff and put them in the overstock area, the huge shelves like way up close to the ceiling. So I'd have to climb up this giant ladder with this 85-pound thing, which is, you know, 50% of my body weight at that time, maybe more. Yeah, OSHA was like, there are OSHA standards. We never got audited or anything like that, but every once in a while we have a manager that came in and is like, oh yeah, no, you need help with that. And I was like, okay, thank you so much. My back is killing me. Okay. Sweet. Khajiit Caravan, you got anything cool for me over here? Rasad. Let's see. I don't want to do that quest line just yet. Cork bulb stuff. This is kind of useless, honestly. The cork bulbs, this looks good on paper, but in practice, the cork bulb stuff, it has such a low low success rate on its paralysis effect. You have to hit him like 5 or 6, 7, 10 times just to get him to paralyze once. It's crazy. To be honest, I'm kind of glad that what I shouldn't probably be drinking went a ladder. Oh yeah, no, yeah, clients will ask you to do all kinds of stuff you should not be doing. I was so excited for Cassandra. Yeah, me too. Apparently it's still coming. Many different iterations. Would you consider using something vanilla adjacent like Apothecary? It adds some useful effects that are taken from magic, like become ethereal and command. Yeah, CACO kind of does the same thing, but honestly, I kind of like the weaknesses, the holes in alchemy, just because it's already super powerful the way it is. The weaknesses where it's at are there's no poisons that damage undead. And then like the illusionary effects like fear and frenzy are very weak. They don't apply to very high level enemies, so they become pretty much useless, you know, after level 50, 60 or so. CACO fixes all that, but it also does way more than I want it to do. The bombs in CACO are nice too, and apparently that's coming to Cassandra. That would be really cool. But I don't like, yeah, I don't know. It was nice plugging those holes for an alchemy character, but I feel like if you're an alchemist that is doing poison and you're trying to fight a vampire, you got to figure out some other way. Because vampires should be immune to poison, right? You got to have some friction there to put some more wrinkles in your build. The cork bulb arrows are really good early in the game. Yeah, for combat archer assassin. Yeah, earlier in the game they are, but pretty, I don't know, around level 20 or so. It's not. I in this day and age I consider level 20 probably still early game, but level 20 or so it stops working as much, and then you start having to pepper this guy in heavy armor coming at you with an axe, and you're like, oh man, I'm just this puny little glass cannon archer that's gonna get his head cut off as soon as this guy gets to me, and you're just pelting him with legendary with cork bulb bolts and arrows, and he's just shrugging them off like it's nothing. Legendary with basic iron arrows or GTFO and a longbow. Yeah, for sure. Hey, you can make it work with alchemy. What do you got for sale?
Take a look.
I'm just gonna buy all of his ingredients because they're always good. He had barely anything there. Ridiculous. Anything good in here? Nah, not really. And I've already sold everything else off, so.
Road lead you to warm sands.
Oh shit.
Goods and wares of all kinds, and all can be yours.
Hate crossbows? I don't mind crossbows. I like the variability that it gave. It's like a completely new weapon type that was added into the game. And that doesn't happen in BGS games all that often. We got a lot going on here. I got 2 different crossbows on my back. What the hell, man? Yeah, that's busted as hell. It probably has some kind of conflict with the backpack there. Only because they're vamp killers and almost exclusively a vamp. Yeah. Well, I mean, collects many things as a vampire now, and she's using crossbows. Best of both worlds. You do have to side with the Dawn Guard up to a certain point in order to unlock them, though. At least in the vanilla game. CC adds in some new crossbows, and there's some mods that add in crossbows too. That's heresy, siding with the Dawn Guard. If I do get a cat, I might name her Shitten. Okay. The little shitty kitty. Yeah, so when it's done being a kitten, it'll just be shat. I like it. From shitting to shat. So yeah, we became a vampire. I did all the blue blood quests, so I am a... Well, not all of them. I did enough of them to complete the blue blood quest. And there were still enough available. I hadn't done the companions quest line yet, so... Kodlak was around and able to be fed on. And he was the last one for me. I still haven't gone to the Falkreath Sanctuary yet to start the Dark Brotherhood questline. I might do that before I do the Dragonborn stuff. But Astrid was still available as well. So I had, I think I had 1 or 2 extra at this point, which is nice because I've had characters where I started the Sacrosanct quests really late in a playthrough, and I did not have enough blue bloods available to finish that off. Oh, the kids.
Hey there. Check out what my friend and I found. I'll sell some of it to you if you want.
Where did you find this?
I found them near the old Dwemer Bridge in the far west. I'll mark it down for you on your map. For a small fee.
For a small fee, huh? Fine, you little swindler. Here's a septum. Now, where's this bridge?
Thank you. You'll find the ruins.
If you have HDR enabled, it's very blown out. The road, when you move, looks all like it's melting together. Okay, it looks good on my end, and I do have HDR enabled. Let me take a look, see what you're seeing. That might just be compression artifacts. Yeah, that might just be compression artifacts. I'll have to go back and watch the archives on it. Thanks for the. I might not be able to see it on my screen at all. Yeah, I'll have to go back and watch the archive to see what you're seeing, because it looks okay to me right now in my 2 live previews here. I'll have to play it back on a non-HDR screen, I guess, to see if there's an issue there. But changing it back now would require me to like change all my color settings on my monitor and stuff. That would probably take a good 10-15 minutes of time away from the game on the stream. It's noticeably darker though. Interesting. But we did get some rain here. It's light rain, it's not blinding rain yet, but we'll see how that goes. It's not the weather. Okay. We'll have to take a look at an interior cell too and see if that's been an issue. Okay, we're stopping by Lakeview. Do the FW81A. Oh, that's the clear weather. I don't know. I'm kind of liking this rainstorm. Hey, look, a fellow Argonian. I don't know the command. So I'm guessing FW81A is... It looks like it's clearing up on its own anyway. Oh, force weather, 81A. It looks like it might be just a little overcast, but it's fairly clear right now. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, this looks pretty good on my screen. It looks pretty good in my preview on the other non-HDR screen as well. I am running the Nulvis Reshade. I do have HDR enabled on my PC, so that might be changing color settings for the stream as well. Let me see here. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. My phone might actually have an HDR screen too. I'm not sure. I mean, it looks kind of bright. Yeah, I don't know. Looks pretty good to me. Yeah, if it becomes a problem, it could be a... Yeah, I'm compressing quite a bit just because my ISP upload speeds for streaming really suck. Try disabling that. Do you remember the Shift Enter was E and B? I can't remember the keystroke combination for hey, there's Haster. For reshade. Home key should be the activation. Haha, look at that. Is there a way just to turn it off? Settings. Oh, effect toggle key. Oh, we don't have a shortcut for it. Overlay key. Okay. Do control home for that. Oh, no, didn't like it. Okay, click out of there. Now home. Now control home. Yeah. Does that look better? This really deepened out the colors for me. Yeah, reshade, the Novus reshade does wash things out quite a bit. If you want like deeper, darker colors, then you can disable it. I can disable it for now if that works better, but there's a certain hazy effect that I like. Why did that not work? There we go. Yeah, this one, it does wash it out a little bit, but then there's kind of like this hazy, like, I don't know, like this dreamy effect that goes on. It kind of fits a fantasy setting for me, which is why I have it on all the time. But I don't know, I could go either way. I do like the deeper colors. Yeah, that's fine. I like them both. Reshade apparently doesn't. People say it doesn't affect performance at all, but in my experience, it does. It does cost like maybe 2 or 3 frames, 1 to 3 frames, maybe. Yeah, I don't mind this at all. This looks nice. And if it improves your viewership, I'm happy to oblige. We have somebody fighting up there. Depends on the effects. There's some that are heavy. Yeah, maybe that that hazy kind of smoky effect is part of that. You're running it on OBRE64 and it's much nicer than the default game. Nice. Okay, that hunter is going after something. I don't know what that is over there. Oh, he's just going after deer. Oh. It's a frightened woman over here.
Oh, thank goodness. I've been wandering alone for so long, I thought I'd never see another soul again.
All right, calm down. What happened?
I was kidnapped by these bandits weeks ago. They locked me up in the towers near Mistwatch. I managed to pick the lock and slip out while the guard slept, but now I'm completely lost. Can you help me, please?
There is a town nearby in that direction.
Oh, thank you. But I should be fine now that you've shown me the way. But those bandits have to be stopped. They're at Mistwatch. Here, let me show you on your map. If you can stop them, you'll be a true hero.
Yeah, I don't think Cole
Someone do something.
really cares about being a hero at this moment.
Take a look.
Oh, I'll take the bass. No, actually, her taste for food has gone away since she became a vampire. She found that skooma still works, but alcohol doesn't. And food doesn't have the same taste that it used to, which is kind of a bummer. But right now she's just in kind of a dark spot in her life, in her psyche right now. And so she's not really finding enjoyment in a lot of things. She's finding herself being kind of apathetic about other people. She's not really caring about the well-being of the province or anything. She's done her job against Alduin and Harkon. And now she just needs to sulk for a little bit. She needs to be alone with her agony. The only one person she thinks that can cheer her up is... Oh, geez. Now there's a giant over here on her homestead. Is Zora. And Zora is more or less completely unresponsive at the moment. Since Miko had died, she's been thrown into a pretty chronic depressive state. And that has really made Cole feel even more alone than she was before she met Zora. After, you know, finding a friend that made her not feel so lonely in a world that she thought was completely against her. And then all of a sudden she knows what it's like to not be alone. And then when you lose that, it probably even heightens that feeling of being alone even further. So that's where she's at right now. That's causing her to make some spiteful, dark decisions. Okay, we don't have anything yet that has grown here. So, win for you guys. You don't have to see me harvest a whole bunch of plant life. Now we're gonna take a quick detour past Riverwood. And we do have some, you know, awkward glances with Zora, because Zora does live in Riverwood, but we're just passing through. And we're such a master of stealth right now that we can get through Riverwood without Zora seeing us or even knowing we're there. At this point, it's probably been a few weeks now since Miko has passed away. So Zora is probably a little more amenable to having a conversation with Cole now, but Cole is now resenting Zora for abandoning her, even though she understands on some level the love that she had for Miko and how bad she's gonna be hurting right now. There's a rabbit. Should I? He's doing the zigzag thing. Oh, what a shot. Good target practice. You still hate crossbows, Magus? You coming around on them a little bit now? So, yeah, even though Zora might be amenable to having a conversation and reopening dialogue and everything, Cole really isn't. She's kind of resents Zora for abandoning her, even if she does understand the mind state that she's in and the emotional state that she's in. But she's just not ready to have a conversation about it yet. She is in this state of misery, in the state of agony, so to speak, and she craves being alone and stewing in that for at least a while. So she's gonna do what she does best for comfort, and that's stealing stuff, making money. No, hate them almost as much as rabbits. Okay. You have supreme obsidian weathers? Yeah, I'm using just obsidian, which isn't really dark at night, but at dusk and dawn with the E&B that I have, which is, I think it's Rudy E&B with obsidian weathers, is kind of a classic combo. Dusk and dawn are just super duper dark. During the day is fine, at night is fine, but visibility at dusk and dawn is just ridiculous. Okay, we don't want to spend any more time than necessary in Riverwood. We're avoiding Zora like the plague right now. Although Lucan over there might have some bow and arrows for me to buy. Oh, here we're getting some hazy fog over here. That looks cool. That's without the reshade. Alright, so we're stopping by Ryek's End to see if those ingredients are ready to harvest. If they are, I'll just grab those up and then we'll head to Iverstead. Thanks for the links, Haster. Oh man, I'm sweating already. It's gonna be a hot one today. Alright, haven't done much with Ryek's. We're pretty much just using it for the plantable plots here. Yep, looks like those have grown. Got some fly amanita and some mora tapanella there. Oh, and a canis root, it looks like. I'll take all of those. Excellent. Scared Magus away with his kinks. Oh, geez. Sorry, Magus. No, it's hard currently, but try to relax, bud, okay? Part of the curse of being human with this extremely complex brain of ours is going to do what it wants to do, and it has control of your body. So, if it thinks you might be having a heart attack, it's going to make you feel like you're having a heart attack. Okay, so a little bit of backtracking here, but we need to go back through Riverwood and chancing an awkward encounter with Zora in order to get back through the mountain pass to Iverstead. This is the quickest way, in my experience, is taking the south passage past the throat of the world on the southern foothills here, as opposed to going all the way around the north here. With there's a lot of stuff going on here too. There are a bunch of wolves on this stretch right over here. There are sometimes bandit patrols from White River Watch over here. You can avoid the ritual stone, which has a necromancer, but then there are more wolves over here, bandits over here that will actually try to extort money from you if you try to pass. And then all the way down through here, you might encounter a bear or two, but then you can come up through here, which with what level you're on, you might encounter a wisp mother and some spiders and stuff. And then you come through this way, and then there's a troll right over here. And then you're pretty home free all the way to Iverstead. If you come this way, There's not much of anything. If you go through Helgen, there might be some bandits depending on the state of your game, but you can always just go around Helgen from this way. And then up through this way, there's not really anything. You have to really go out of your way to get to the hags at Witchmist Grove over here. But other than that, there might be a bear and a couple wolves in this area, and then you're home free. So yeah, the southern route is the much faster, more effective route to get to Iverstead, in my experience. Usually take the pass across the ritual stone. I think that's what most people do because it's the bigger, more kind of... a lot of people are going from Whiterun. I find myself coming... I don't know. If you're coming from Whiterun, this might seem like the more direct route. But still, in my experience, it's quicker. But even though you're on the north side of the mountain, it's quicker to go around the south. This just seems like... I don't know. I bet if you did like a mileage tracker or something on the roads here, you would find that this is the quicker way. Might even be shorter. Now, if you're not sticking to the roads and you're trying to climb, do like mountain hopping, the billy goat thing, then it might be quicker to go around the north. But yeah, if most people are coming from Whiterun, I would suspect that most people are actually doing the White River route past the ritual stone. But it has been my experience that the southern pass is the quickest because it's the least eventful. Social anxiety a lot more. Yeah, I had a panic attack in college in physics class, and I really thought I was having a heart attack and I was gonna die. It was terrible. But this kind of runs in my blood. But I didn't want to inconvenience anybody, so I just kind of like sat still and swallowed it, even though I thought I was actually dying. But then it eventually it let up. But yeah, college was rough, man. It was, you know, you're paying thousands of dollars every year to work harder than you've ever worked before, or at least more than you've ever worked before. There was a lot of sleepless nights because, you know, engineering degrees are tough. There's a lot of programming projects and stuff. You spend a lot of screen time, and my family was poor, so I had to pay my own way through, so I was also working. And my parents were getting divorced at the same time, so there's a lot of like stress that was going on there. So yeah, just all that stress, probably eating like crap and not sleeping much, and that triggered it. I haven't had one since, thank God. But the social anxiety thing, I get some social anxiety, but mostly I just get to a point where I've just freaking had enough, and I need to get out of there. I get irritable, you know. And part of it has to do with it runs in my family too. If there's like a lot of loud music that's just sustained, like at a wedding reception or like a house party or something like that, and there's crowds, I get a migraine from listening to, like, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes of loud, concentrated music right into my face all the time. So then I start getting like physical pain, and then I have to excuse myself, and then a bunch of people start coming up asking if I'm okay, and I'm like, yeah, just I got a headache or whatever. And so yeah, I just try to avoid those situations whenever possible, and thankfully my wife understands. That's good. Still try to do my best though when I can. But I think I'm just extremely introverted too. I recharge when I'm alone, and being in crowds really just wears me the hell out. Usually if I have like a big social gathering or something that I got to deal with, I need a couple days to recover. But I don't really get like nervous or shy or anything. I just get on edge. I don't see anything here that I could use. Oh, the skeever tails I could use for light armor. I don't really see anything else. Nico Roshi, welcome, welcome, bud. Hey, thanks for the like. Nico has a great channel. He streams all the time. He does his own Wabbajack lists and stuff too. Oh, another merchant.
You saved us all.
I did.
We will sing of you forever.
Yeah, see, Cole really doesn't want that attention, so she's kind of, she gets irritated by the fandom here. Fire salts and frost salts, we'll take that. Lucked out in getting an alchemist vendor for one of these random vendors. Yeah, the fire salts and frost salts are great because they will allow me to create trick arrows. Yeah, so I was saying, Nikoroshi, I think he's got his own Wabbajack list. He's made his own mods, put them up on the Nexus. He's got this awesome twin blade weapon mod that uses the twin blade movesets from MCO. Looks great. Yeah, there's the bandits that I was talking about. We'll let them deal with that. We're a thief. We're not a warrior. We're not a hero. Managed to lessen the frequency. Yeah, I think Magus has been dealing with some of that too. Still happens. It's dyslexia that's a learning disorder. It's dyspraxia that I cannot explain it, but it affects me. Okay, interesting. Interacts with ADHD and autism. Interesting. I wonder if like feeding it into an AI translator or something helps. Can't really avoid eating like crap as a college student. No money. Right. It's either, you know, eat nothing or eat like crap. Or both. Which is even worse. Welcome, Jimmy VHS. Have not, I didn't see you slip in earlier, but welcome. Hope you're doing well. Nico Experience. Thanks for the link, Caster. Okay, here we go. Now we're in the southern pass that I was talking about. This is usually the quickest way to Iverstead. Uneventful, especially. There are less random patrols out here, less random world encounters, less predatory animals. Usually you get a pretty good straight shot right past Heimar's Shame. There's a random patrol, but he just looks like a mercenary. Yeah, as long as you, if you're an Imperial, you avoid the Stormcloak encampment out here, and you don't go too deep into the forest and trigger the Hag's aggression over there at Witchmist, you'll be fine. No dragons yet, though. We really kind of wanted to fight a dragon, get some dragon souls, but have not been waylaid just yet. Do a save here just because it's been a while. There's Heimar's Shame right down there. That's where we got the Mask of Clavicus Vial. We've been using that. A hunter with some fancy dwarven armor on his horse, huh? Show off. I can't imagine that allows him to hunt things very well, but hey. That's how he wants to spend his money. Or maybe he just found it on another dead horse somewhere. Nice cold. Yeah, I'm actually kind of, I don't know, with the HDR screen and everything, I think I like it without the reshade better. I think Magus was right. Oh man, I can smell my wife heating up that leftover pizza from last night. Making me hungry. Is it stuttering just a bit? It might be. A creation engine's going to be the creation engine. I'm not running up against any hardware issues. Obviously, I'm getting 80 frames per second with 60% of the GPU being used. The CPU on CPU Core 3, the fourth one down there, is high usage there. The Skyrim creation engine is a 32-bit application. Actually, no, it's not. Skyrim SE is 64-bit application, so it's going to get full memory usage, but it is a single-threaded application, so it's only going to make use of one CPU thread, and obviously I got a ton of them. I'm running the Intel 10900K, which is a few generations old, but it's still a really beast of a CPU. But yeah, it's, if you only have one thread that's available to use with the engine, then you might run into some stuttering. Hey, Silent Echo with the $10. Have some lunch money? Thanks. Thank you, buddy. Very generous. But you know you don't have to buy my affection, right? I appreciate it. Very generous. Okay. So then we have the Alchemist Shack coming up here soon, but we're just going to stay on the road. And we're going to hit the left on the fork here. Oh, Silent, you're going to like this. So, at the beginning of the stream, I was going over my different equip sets with Sky UI here. And so I have it so that I have these potions here that when I switch to the equip set for my 3 ranged sets here, it automatically chugs a potion of Fortify Archery for increased damage output. But at the beginning of the stream, guess how many potions I had? 69. Can't escape it. That's cool. 69. All right. Here in Iverstead. So yeah, instead of doing the whole 7,000 steps thing, which, you know, is going to run thin really quickly when you're just going to Arngeir to farm those word wall locations. Okay, that guy is there a dragon or something out here? That guy is on guard. No, maybe like a bear or a wolf or something. Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna do a fast travel. I'm gonna say Iverstead is close enough. I don't have to climb this mountain every single time I want to get a new word wall. So I'm just gonna fast travel my ass all the way up there. I've already done it 2 or 3 times this week. Yes, wearing the thief backpack from the AE full upgrade. I got a lot of Hearthfire stuff in my pack, which I really should have remembered to drop off when I was back at Lakeview Manor, but I did not. I could drop off a bunch of stuff at Shadowfoot Sanctum in Riften, though, so that'll help with the encumbrance a little bit. I try not to wear that just because it's bulky, and I feel like for a thief, you kind of want to be light on your feet and have a lot of range of motion, and a backpack kind of limits a lot of that, but sometimes I just have to wear it. Especially as a thief when you are carrying a lot of stuff on you at any point in time. Shadowfoot's a good alternative to Ryex. Yeah, I'm still using Ryex for the plantable plots in there, but that's pretty much it. I'm not living there or anything. But yeah, it has like the trophy displays and everything that Ryex has. It's hidden away underground like Ryex is. Yeah, it's a good alternative, I think. Adventurers would wear bandoliers and belt. Yeah, I'm wearing those too. Okay, I'm back. You can start now. Joe's here, everybody. We can start the stream.
We have felt the whisper of a word. Give me your map and I will show you where its echo can be found.
What'd you get me? Got me onto Ryex End. I love that. Have the minimalist version. Nice. Yeah, it's like everything you need and nothing you don't. It's out of the way. It doesn't become a blight on the landscape like some of those huge player home mods do. Hey, thanks for the link for Haster. I was in the middle of actually watching Joe's... Oops. Joe's latest episode of Enerath when I started streaming. Picked up some bourbon and some I don't know how to say that. Something unpronounceable. Some German nonsense. Gerwurtstraminer. Gernwurtstraminer? Gerwurtstraminer? Germwort's trimester. Hope you're liking the latest. Yeah, I'm in the middle of the circles of conflict discussion, which is always an interesting discussion. I try to get everybody's take on that because it is a really effective RP tool. Sounds like Dwarven Brew. It does kind of. Gavurtstramener. Gavurtstra. Where's the what syllable gets the accent? Do I have the meditation down to a science yet? Yeah, I usually count around 24 heartbeats will get me to where I need to be. But I don't need them yet, so I don't know why I'm here. I already did it for all the shouts that I know. Okay. But what I can do, I don't think I've actually shouted at the sky yet today, so I'll go do that. Emphasis on me. Okay. Oh, the syllable. Gavurtstraminer. Gavurtstraminer. Or something like that. I say it with an accent on the verts. Gavurtstraminer. Not Gavurtstraminer. Gavurtstraminer. All right. Foos. Hey. Quiet down. I'm trying to do my thing over here. Kind is pleased. Oh, almost hit that dragon. That's Odaving up there, I think, isn't it? Odaving has the red coloring in my game, at least. Not sure if I stuck around long enough for him to actually swoop down and say that he'd be happy to join me. Okay, so where did he say this word wall was? Dragontooth Crater, all the way back over in freaking Markarth again. Okay, well, let's head to Riften. I gotta get out of here first. Let's head to Riften, and then we'll get some... We'll get some more jobs for Markarth, or maybe Solitude. Solitude might be closer. I think Dragontooth is kind of like right in the middle there. Yeah, it's like right in the middle. I'll probably do Markarth. I was just at Markarth, but that's okay. We'll do Markarth, but we can take a carriage over here to Karthwasten since we already, you know, hoofed it all the way from Markarth to basically Iverstead now. But yeah, I'll go ahead and fast travel back down to Iverstead just because I've been up and down this down mountain several times this week off stream, and I just can't do it anymore. And then I was watching Joe do it earlier too on his video. It's a white wine, can be very sweet, but this is much drier than most. My wife likes it. Gotcha. No Vowel Club? Yeah, like a Dwemer brew. Okay. Riften is this way. Leave that fancy piss to the elves. All right. So yeah, I was talking about circles of character conflict here. So the outermost circle would be the conflicts that. Oh, did I hear a dragon? Or was that a bear? Or was something roaring at me? I thought it was a dragon. No, that's a bear. That's a bear. We'll leave it be.
Watch what you're doing.
Oh boy.
My money's on.
And you had to piss off the bear, really?
That's your best, huh?
I lost my hotkeys. Reload the save. There we go. There's my hotkey. Really? Because you were doing like no damage, buddy. You got some really fancy armor, but that ice spell was doing you no favors. Fugitive, huh? Well, Cole's been a fugitive. She's no stranger to being on the lam, so to speak. So she's gonna let that guy go. We're gonna get some wolf teeth and wolf claws over here though, because the wolf teeth has a great poison effect. It has lingering damage over time and just straight up damage, which is very potent. You can mix wolf's teeth with imp stool and canis root, and you can get a poison that paralyzes, does health damage, and health damage over time. Extremely potent. Oh. Speaking of extremely potent, it looks like one of the Thalmor wizards over there just farted out a shock atronach. And I thought I had bad farts. They're just playing with the local wildlife, it looks like. Bear and a wolf. Thalmor and a Vigilant of Stendar. Interesting. Well, the Vigilant is going to have no love for vampires. The Thalmor probably don't really care as long as we're not attacking them. Best to just stay out of their way anyway. So when you kill Arangoth for the DB side contracts, even outside of town of Whiterun, do you lose his brother as a merchant? Yeah, that sucks. That sucks because that's like one of the main Fletchers. He's got like all the good arrows and bows and stuff. So if you're a bow and arrow guy, who is this? Should we help? Looks like one of the alchemists. That we bought some. Maybe we already bought some from her. But that's either a traveling apothecary or a traveling alchemist. Either one is going to have good ingredients for us, so we don't want her to die.
Need something?
Yeah, we already encountered her. I don't think she's got anything left for me in here. Oh, Elvesir has Fortify Archery, so we'll take that. I don't think there's anything else in here for me, though.
Come along, no more stops. We need to find our way to Solitude.
Well, at least they're going the right way this time.
To a wedding at this far-flung end of the Empire, anyway.
Vast majority of the time that I see that random encounter, they're heading the exact opposite way from Solitude. Oh shit, he saw me. Damn it. Is it supposed to be that? Yeah, I think so. Well, I don't know if it's supposed to be that way, but that's definitely the way it works, I think, for everybody. The Arangoth snubbing. It sucks, but that's the way it's always worked for me. Ideally, you would want it to if, like, how does he know that you killed his brother, right? But typically, I think just the game, the way that the game works is the underlying simulation code underneath it with the relationships and stuff, that if you kill somebody who has a close relationship to somebody else, that other person might snub you. And it doesn't really matter if, you know, you did that out in, away from any witnesses or anything. It's just a shortcoming of the simulation that they have that runs. I don't know if they have a fix for that anywhere. It'd be cool if they did, but, yeah, that's just I don't think it's scripted. I think it's just the way that the game handles the killing of a strong relationship there. With one of the vamp mods as an Argonian, you can feed on fish to restore hunger. Oh, Kine wants me to kill this fox. And Kine might award me with a dragon soul, so the vast majority of the animals that Kine points out, I'm gonna... I feel like I took a wrong turn here somewhere. I did indeed. I'm taking the scenic route to Riften. God damn it. Don't you? Sorry, Magus. Unsub. Yeah, I deserve that. Snapleg Cave. We're not doing that yet. Might need it one of these days. We got a job to do first. My beard keeps getting hung up on my pop filter on my microphone here. Oh, Jesus. Cave bear. Do I have a paralysis potion? Not on me. The bears. I said that like the SNL sketch. Oh shit, I thought he was dead. Yeah, the bears are deceptively. They are. They're some of the fastest enemies in the game, probably outside of like the gargoyles would charge at you with that supernaturally fast like charge that they do, and then saber cats obviously are really, really quick with the lunge attack. But yeah, bears are right there in terms of speed, and at higher difficulty levels, it definitely makes them deadly. I've lost more than one permadeath character to just a random bear on the side of the road, that's for sure. They're quick, they hit like a truck, they're just not very stealthy. And if they're hiding in the bushes or something like that last one was, they can sneak up on you. And they actually, even though I'm like a master thief over here with a level 100 sneak and all the perks to go along with it, I think I'm also wearing some Nightingale gear that boosts up my sneak and muffle ability. They will still detect you from a pretty good distance. We'll leave that rabbit alone. I'm an equal opportunity animal murderer. Did one rabbit, one fox. Saber cats can see through invisibility. That's frightening. Saber cats at least are like extremely weak to poisons, so as long as you have some kind of poison on you, you can cut their health down extremely low on just one hit. Bears, as far as I know, don't really have any weakness, which is why I spent one of my paralysis poisons on them. Which also makes them a fantastic animal companion. Get yourself a cave bear. If you're doing Ordinator, then yeah, the speak to animals perk. Oh. That allows you to have a sort of semi-permanent animal companion, or if you're doing Imperious Wood Elves, yeah, a cave bear, or even like a snow bear. That's ideal. They're tanky as hell, they're super fast, they're very aggressive, they hit like a truck. And you know, when they're not trying to kill you, they're kind of cute and cuddly. I might even say that you can barely get around them. Somebody ban Joe, please. That's enough. I can't do this. I'm kidding. Don't ban Joe. Joe's a friend. Yeah, boy. Here we go again. Here we go. Gotcha, you big brown bitch. We get over encumbered just from picking up all these bear ingredients. Divorced dad jokes. I think Joe started hitting that bottle in the car on the way back from the liquor store. Yeah, it's kind of sounds like it.
Oh well, must have run off.
Let's see if we can sneak past the wolf here. Yeah, see, the wolf never even... Oh, there's a... Let's help the wolf with the... Kind is pleased with that action, but now the wolf is clued in. Yeah, the wolf didn't see me at all, and I came really close, and I was not going slow. The bear would have saw me, like, easily. Didn't get anything out of that. Get some goat horns for the, I missed my turn. Damn it. For the old Hearthfire homes. Creative inspiration is kicked in. Yep. You know what might be fun is a drunken one a week. So because we don't want to give Joe like a problem or anything, right? One Einarath episode a week or a month even. One Einarath episode a month where he's drunk as hell and he's trying to get through an episode. I think that might be fun. Oh, speaking of that, I was talking about the circles of character conflict. So on the outside, you got the societal conflicts, which as a vampire, Cole is going to have plenty, right? She's going to have friction with the Dawn Guard. She's going to have friction with the Vigilant. She's going to have friction with society as a whole. But she's a strong enough vampire now that she knows how to hide it. She's a thief, highly trained in the way of stealth and subterfuge and infiltration, so she can avoid being seen if she wishes. And vampires themselves have ways of just not revealing who they are to the general populace. So there's just not a whole lot there anymore, especially as a daywalker. Now people are gonna suspect even less that we're a vampire, so there's not gonna be a whole lot of conflict there unless we get some kind of elite vigilance or Dawn Guard coming after us. Even with the Dawn Guard now, crap, this again. Freaking bears, man. I don't think he's dead. Nope. Oh my god, kill cams. Kill cams are killing me. Now I know why Magus completely disables his. I still like the, I don't know. I tried playing without him and I really miss him. But they do cause a lot of problems. Yeah, so the vampire thing probably isn't going to cause a whole lot of friction right now. Other societal conflicts she has, she's a thief. Although she dresses like a thief, most people don't seem to know she's a thief. She hides it pretty well. And again, as just a master of stealth, she can avoid a lot of the social conflicts that she could potentially have. So, yeah, the societal conflicts, we're not really there yet. Then there's, we have a lot of societal conflicts, but they're not really a concern so much at the moment. On top of that, she is also like, she's been heroized for stopping the apocalypse from Harkon, stopping the apocalypse from Alduin. She's got a thaneship in Falkreath, and she doesn't really like all this attention, but at least, you know, her interpersonal communications do, or her societal communications at least, they do benefit from that. She has a little bit of renown. If she does get caught doing something, she can usually talk her way out of it, or she does get cornered into a conversation that she doesn't want to have, at least it'll be a pleasant one from their end, right? The next circle, they're concentric circles here. The outermost circle is the societal conflicts. The middle one, the next one going in, there are three of them. The middle one is interpersonal communications. So that is or interpersonal conflict, not communications. That is the relationships that she has with people that are kind of close to her, or at least, you know, within arm's length, the friends and acquaintances, family, things like that. So the main person that she has some conflict with right now is Zora, which was her best friend until, you know, Zora's dog Miko died and Zora went into this chronic depressive state, became pretty much unresponsive, and before that, Cole was really alone. It was her against the world, and Zora taught her how to be happy, basically. Taught her how to have joy in a world that's not great, and that you can have fun, that you can be happy in an unideal situation. Then Zora disappeared, right? She became completely unresponsive in this sort of depressive catatonic state. So now Cole feels, she understands, she feels bad for Zora, but now she also feels abandoned, by the one person who brought her out of her shell and showed her real happiness. And so now she's slipped back into this depressive, isolationist mode that she was in before she met Zora, except now it's way worse because she knows how good it can be to have someone at your back and in your corner. She doesn't have that anymore. That's the big thing going on right now, which is causing her this dark bitterness, which is having her lean into like this vampirism thing, to have her lean into what she does well with the Thieves Guild, and just to make kind of like these dark decisions that she knows that Zora would disapprove of, but she's kind of doing it to spite her now because she has abandoned her in Cole's mind. The other interpersonal relationships she has are the friends that she made in the Dawn Guard. Now that she's a vampire, I would say that they're still friends, but if they find out that she's a vampire now, there's going to be some friction there. I don't think that they will try to kill her on sight yet because she did help them save the world from Harkon's apocalypse. So she's won some leniency with that. But she probably, most definitely will not be just welcome back in with open arms to Fort Dawnguard. But she has little further use for them anyway, so that's not really a big deal. What else? The Thieves Guild. She has friends in the Thieves Guild now, but that's more of, now that she's the leader, that's more of kind of like a business relationship where she's the boss and they're the underlings. She never really got close to anybody in the Thieves Guild anyway. She was welcomed as kind of like a dysfunctional little family, but like I said, she never really grew close to anybody else that was there. Maybe Sapphire a little bit, because Sapphire's kind of shares her isolationist tendencies, I guess. So there's that. What else? She, like I said, she has a Thaneship in a couple different holds, but nothing really that is keeping her on a personal level attached to that place. I think that's about it. She does not have a lot of personal relationships here. And then the final concentric circle, the innermost circle, is the sort of inner, not interpersonal, but inner, I-N-N-E-R, personal, like the conflict that she has with herself. And she's had a lot of trauma very recently, and she's kind of having an identity crisis right now. So her interpersonal, her innermost conflicts are really flaring up in ways that are hard to control, and she's making really weird, rash decisions from it. So it was really the interpersonal relationship that she had with Zora that went sour, that's causing all these internal conflicts with herself. Wow, that is almost pitch black. Even with the new monitor, I can't see my way through to the cistern without some help from Night Eye. Okay, so while we're here, let's grab some jobs.
Always a pleasure, boss. What can I do for you?
Ready for some hardcore work.
Right. What you want to do?
What do you got in Markarth? That's the Reach. East March, the Pale. Do you have anything in the Reach? Oh yeah, all the way up the top here. Give me everything you got in the Reach.
Yeah, all righty. Good luck out there, boss.
Okay, this is Thieves' Night on the town, and it allows you to grab all of the jobs in one hold all at once, and then you can finish them and then come and turn them all in at once as well. This is different from the vanilla one where you just kind of a crapshoot what hold you're going to get your jobs in. This is kind of cool too because it does allow you that vanilla dialogue option to just get the one random job. So that does pace out the Thieves Guild in a way that has the quest line progress much more slowly than other guild quest lines, which to some people is a really good thing. Oblivion's pacing, a lot of people think that's a lot better because the quest lines really took a long time to mature, and it's these kind of fetch quests that sent you all over the map before you were able to progress to a certain point
Good.
in that quest line, like the Mages Guild of or the Arcane University in or no, that was the Mages Guild in Oblivion, had you go all over the whole map before you could even enter the Arcane University, right? That's kind of like the same thing that's going on here in vanilla, but it's nice sometimes if you're just trying to cruise along that you can have the option to just, and it's immersive for roleplay too, just to be able to say, hey, I'm going over here, what kind of jobs do you have for me? Wonder if there's any slow-mo mods for Skyrim. There was for Fallout 4. There were bullet time overhauls for the VAT system where it doesn't have you do auto-targeting with VATs. It just has you do like a slow-motion bullet time. And there are some chems in that game that slow time too. That it kind of just VATs as a replacement for that, or replaced with that. Societal, interpersonal, and personal. You got it. Yeah, so the personal conflicts here that she's having mostly has to do with the person that she was with Zora versus the person that she is now without Zora. And the person that she is now without Zora is towing that line, maybe even stepping over the line from unlawful neutral or even unlawful good into unlawful evil. She's just making very dark decisions that hurt a lot of people, and she's doing that on purpose because she's suffering, and misery loves company, so she wants everybody else to suffer as well. She doesn't care. She's not wishing anybody well at the moment. Not even Zora. So that's your roleplay segment. And actually, I asked ChatGPT to remind me of some of the things that I should be role-playing, and it did a really good job. I posted the summary of that in my Discord. By the way, if you want to join the Discord, it's free to join. Just click the link in the description, and you'll get started up. You'll have to prove that you're a human, which shouldn't be a problem for most of you, I think. But once you do that, you can start seeing the stuff that I'm posting. And it was really good. It was just like, okay, we're looking for these word walls, but this is power and renown that Cole did not want. And she kind of resents it a little bit, but because it's power, it could help her in her goals. So she's just she's doing it, but in a resentful way, right? She didn't ask for it. She didn't want it, but because it's fate and because this is a huge power that she can't really ignore, she's still trying to choose to strengthen it and cultivate it a little bit. And she's still bitter with the world, so a lot of her sort of interpersonal and societal communication that she has is mostly going to be like snarky. It's going to be sarcastic. She's really looking to take advantage of people just to spite the world. She's going to be like trying to grift people out of their hard-earned money. Doesn't really matter who she's targeting with this kind of thing. She's just doing it. She's run out of fucks to give, basically. Wow, I have a lot of ingredients here that I do not need to hold on to. I do want to hold on to maybe canis root, dragon tongue, fly amanita. I want to hang on to so I can plant all that at Lakeview Manor. Oh, the frost salts need to come with me as well. I need to put those in the smithing storage. Take the fire salts and the frost salts. Thank you. Everything else can go away. Hold on to the Mora Tapanella as well. You just started building Lakeview too? Yeah, right now I'm just using it for the greenhouse, but I might build it out a little bit. Cole has her main home here in Shadowfoot Sanctum. This comes with the full AE upgrade for Skyrim. So this is one of the CC, one of the Creation Club homes. I think this was made by Eleonora actually, so it's really well made. It might be my favorite, one of my favorites, if not my absolute favorite from the AE upgrade. It's got a lot of spaces for trophies and stuff in here, but also like pre-appointed stations for unique items, weapons, armor, and things like that. It has a cool little hidden trophy room in here with your enchanting and alchemy stations. It has a place for your kids if you want to have a couple of thieving kids. Oops, I did not mean to sit down in that chair. I was trying to close that door. You know, to raise them right, it's got a nice little bedroom in here, a very nice bedroom actually. Lots of storage. And it's even got a cooking station with a little mini bar and an oven in here so you can bake some stuff up too. So everything you need, it's pretty compact, it's out of the way. It's overall really well done. I like it a lot. So this is kind of her main home. The other ones are just so that she can learn the alchemy trade a little bit. The alchemy trade is something that you know, is tedious and time consuming, but it's also something that makes complete sense. You mix two ingredients together, you're going to get this potion, right? That is always going to be the same every time. If you mix it exactly the same, you're always going to get the same thing. So it's this like sort of logical extreme that is helping her cope with the increasingly chaotic world, and she's pouring a lot of time into it, and that's how she's like getting her mind off of things and stuff. So she is learning alchemy. She's not going to put any perks or anything into it, but it is kind of therapeutic just for her to have that exercise anyway. The escape hatch is cool too. It has an escape hatch. Do I not know about the escape hatch? I don't know about the escape hatch. Dude, what am I missing? It's in the water? Oh, is it underneath? Where the armor station is? Or the armory? Yeah, okay. Holy shit. Right there? Yes. Holy shit, I didn't know about that. That's awesome. I'm excited. Good call. Oh wow, it just kind of dumps you out. Okay. All right. Bam, indeed. Thanks, guys. I did not know about that. I've been playing this for I don't know how many hundreds of hours. And, well, just this one character. How many hours does this one character have? 106 hours with this one character, and this is like one of like, I don't know, 6 characters that I've played all the way through with that Creation Club installed, and that's been like my favorite one, and I've never seen that. Very fitting for an Argonian. Yes, it is indeed. Can I get back in this way? Yeah, you can. Sweet titties. I like that a lot. Okay, was there anything else I needed to do here? I guess I could check around for ingredients. I need scrolls of Soul Trap for the maze arrows. I could check Wylandria for that. But I kind of just want to get on to the Reach now. Is there anything else that I'm missing out here? I don't think so. Okay, I think on my way back to the Reach, I'm going to stop by Lakeview Manor, and I'm going to drop off some crafting. Oh, crap, there's a... Can I hit this long shot from all the way out here? No way, that's too low. Yes. I didn't know I was going to be able to do that. That was awesome. That was from way downtown. That's what a good draw distance will do for you. Third time's the charm. Yeah, it's like you don't have like these fancy calibrated scopes or sniper scopes or anything on these crossbows, so you kind of gotta adjust your aim on the fly, right? Damn, you gotta love that swim speed of the Argonians. Oh, Draven's bow too. Do I still have Draven's bow? We get any great antlers on this? I don't think so. Probably. Yeah, great antlers. They have a fortify archery effect on them too. 7 p.m. Is he gonna be inside, still awake? Or is he still working?
Who in the name of Azura are you?
Yo mama.
Are you kidding me? We're all alone out here except for a few guards.
Oh, there's that damn alchemist
We make
again.
easy pickings for thieves
She's
looking to
following
steal
me
everything
everywhere.
We worked so hard for. Not only did they take my bow, but they took all of our coin as well.
Those aren't just nice antlers, they're
Nothing
great.
sacred
Yeah,
to these
indeed.
people.
It's like lobbing artillery. Yeah, yeah, exactly. What happened to your bow?
A few days ago, some thieves from Riften broke in here and stole it. Can you imagine? Took the only thing of value we had. If you have the guts to head into the Ratway and get my bow back, I'll pay you what I can.
Those are sacred lotus flowers that should be... Yeah, those were ingredients from Oblivion. They just used the same model but didn't make them harvestable. No need, it's right here.
That's it. That's my bow. I don't know how you got it back, and I don't want to know. Frankly, I don't even
I'd
care.
be tempted just to keep it, but I want to get it out of my inventory, you know?
Here, this is all I can afford to give you as compensation.
What do I get?
Hope it's
Gems? Money?
Azura bless you.
Ooh, gems. Yeah, that's enough. That's enough, that'll work. Okay, so let's hit up the carriage stop over here. We're gonna take a ride to... actually, I can use the modded carriage stop to go right to Lake Ilinalta, and that'll put me right on the back doorstep of Lakeview Manor. No Khajiit over here, that's fine. Who in the name of Azura are you? Yo mama, are you kidding me? No, I am your mother. I'm your mama, and I got the drama. Oh, hey, buddy. Okay. Cole doesn't have the same sense of, like, glory and honor that would possess her to kill for sport. That some floating lily pads here in the middle of nowhere. Gotta love that. That would possess her to trophy kill a giant like this, all right? So Cole isn't going to feel any sense of honor or strength or anything from killing this thing. Pragmatically, having a giant on your property is a great security system, right? Who is going to come here and mess with this house if there's a giant patrolling the property? So as long as oh, we got a friend here. How you doing there, Norton? How you doing there, buddy? I know you want to play with Dad. Here, let me switch my camera. Oh, my friend, he's got a... Oh, you got a video game controller, huh? Oh, that's not one of my video game controllers. That's one of yours, huh? Yeah, it is. Oh, you want to play some video games? You want to play some video games? It looks like a Super Nintendo. Yeah, it does. I'm gonna give it a kiss. Wow. Oh, I kissed your little head. I know, Mommy gave you a brand new toy, huh? It's kind of like it's two plush video game controllers, look like Super Nintendo controllers, kind of joined together with a rope. like a nunchuck. We had it sitting on the counter for a while. We bought it like a week or two ago and just been waiting to give it to him, and now he's like super proud. He wants to show it to me. I don't know if you can see it here. He's pulling it out of my hands. I know, this is cool, huh? I hope it doesn't teach you to chew on my PlayStation 5 controllers. Oh, he's very proud. He just went prancing out of the door. He's a cute guy. They do like to play tug, indeed. He loves to fetch. He loves to play tug. Great rack, yeah. Might teach him to actually play PS5 instead. Yeah, that would be something, huh? Oh, look, we got some stuff out here. Excellent. It's growing. Mainly, though, I want to make sure not to forget to stow away. I need more fly amanita and more tapenella planted to stow away these crafting materials because they are taking up a lot of encumbrance. I don't need more dragon tongue. I think I got plenty out there. Oh, he's back. Norton's back. Bud, I know you just want to play and play all day, don't you? I know, you got tons of energy. Work it. Yeah, I was about to say I love that little dog, but he's not little anymore. He put on 9 pounds in the last month. He is growing so fast. When we got him, he was 24 pounds. And then when we got him, he was 25 pounds. A little underweight. The week later, we came in to weigh him for some heartworm just preventative heartworm medication. He doesn't have actual heartworm. He just takes a monthly pill for it. But they need to weigh him monthly while he's growing. And he put on 3 pounds in a week. And then 1 month later, because I had to take him in for his next next monthly heartworm treatment, he put on 9 pounds. He's 37 pounds now. And the scale was actually flashing 38. So he might be 38 pounds. He's 6 months old, and he's already almost 40 pounds. Who's a big boy? He's a big little chunker, isn't he? Where's a fat dog? Who's a fat dog? Ow. Okay, that was not nice. Ow. No. He's trying to instigate me to play with him, so he's putting this toy in my lap, and then when I'm not responding, he just bites my hand, which is not good. All right, give me a minute. I got to take a quick break. I got to manage this dog, and we'll see what else I can do to finish this stream, because he is all over me right now. All right, I'll see you soon. Okay, we're back. Yeah, we're going out for a game night tonight, so we're gonna have to keep him in the crate for a while, so we don't want to crate him up right now. So the only thing that I can do is close my door. And so it's 107 degrees out today, and now I'm shut off from my thermostat. And with all the computer equipment, it's gonna get real hot, so I had to switch into some swim trunks and a gym shirt, and just kind of got to live with the sweat, I guess. But we only got an hour left, so I should be all right. And I got an electrolyte drink here. Car needs a Norton cam, like a GoPro. Oh man, that would be wild. Well, most of the time during this part of the day, he's sleeping. I don't know why he's all charged up now. Probably because he got that new toy. He'll be kicking your ass in GTA soon, yeah. He is, let's see, chaotic neutral? Is that what the D&D is? Truly chaotic. Do you take him outside to tinkle? We have a doggy door, so when I went out to get my drinks and stuff, he let himself out and did a big pee, and then came back in all proud of himself, so I gave him a treat. Gave him a treat for it. Yeah, he was house trained within like 2 days. He had like 3 or 4 accidents the first 2 days, and then, you know, once he realized we wanted him to go outside, he's been almost 100%. He's a puppy though, so he gets distracted by things and forgets, but he's only had a couple accidents since then. He's good. So he goes out in and out to pee on his own. Yes, he does, to pee and poop. And he's still got some stomach issues with some stubborn giardia that he has, so he's got some pretty gross poops and too many. He's got diarrhea. So it's good that he knows to go outside, so we don't have to let him outside every 30 minutes if he has to go, you know. Yeah, and he does. We haven't really trained the fetch too harshly with him yet. He will go chase something that I throw, and sometimes he'll bring it back. But we're working on some other things at the moment. But yeah, most dogs, they don't just fetch naturally. Some will, but most of them you got to train. Like a lot of them will go chase something that you throw, and then most of them will just kind of like catch it, shake it out, and then come running back to you for something else. But then you typically have to train them to bring it back. Some dogs don't. Like I think Joe, you said your dog will bring it back, but he won't drop the thing. Doing positive reinforcement training with that will help a lot. So if you have just like you know, a pocket full of little treats or kibble or something, if they're food motivated, you can trade them for it, and then once they drop the thing for the food, then you give them a ton of positive praise and reinforcement, and then also couple that with a verbal command like drop it or drop or let go or something like that, and then soon they'll start associating that drop it command with, you know, oh, I should drop this, and they won't even need the treat anymore. Just doing what or just knowing what you want from them is enough. Most dogs are very eager to please their people. It's just a matter of finding some way to communicate non-verbally what it is that you want. And it's been my experience training him that if you can get him to do the thing you want him to do on his own and then praise him for it, it's way more effective than trying to, like, you can't like verbally communicate to him. Like they don't know English. They can pick out some words here and there, but trying to convince your dog to do something verbally is just not ever gonna work, right? But they respond really well to positive, like profuse positive reinforcement. Seems to be the best way. And so to potty train him, what we did was we just took him outside every 30 minutes or so to reduce the amount of accidents that he was having, but also to give him more of a chance to be positively reinforced and praised for when he does do it. So yeah, those first 2 days, every time he pottied outside, we'd throw like a goddamn party. We'd be just like celebrating and all of that. Giving him treats, giving him high value treats and everything. And yeah, for the first couple days, he was having some accidents. He didn't know where he was supposed to potty, but we did the positive reinforcement thing. And then for a while, for like another day or so after that, after a couple days, he would wait. He would hold it until we took him out. And then a couple days after that, he put 2 and 2 together that, yeah, I can use this doggy door, which also took some training, getting him confident with that doggy door. He put the 2 pieces together like, oh, I can let myself out and potty. And then I come back in and mom and dad are going to be super happy with me. And yeah, and that, you know, 2.5, 3 days, he was using the doggy door all on his own. Good stuff. And we taught him to shake the same way. Just the thing that I did with that was I put a treat in my hand and I just held it out in front of him until he started pawing at it because he couldn't get through with just his nose. So he started pawing at it, and as soon as he started pawing on my hand, then I would like praise him and give him the treat. And he was like, oh, so when I put my paw on your hand, you like that. And then he started to get that pretty quickly, and then that's when you start introducing the verbal command. Dogs are like verbally inclined, like as like a tertiary sort of form of communication. They do body language a lot more. A lot of stuff with like smells. Like if you can like put a treat in front of their face and like let them smell it, that will get their attention like immediately. And so it's like smell, and then it's body language with like the visual stuff, and then after that it's verbal. So you have to train the other stuff first and then introduce the verbal part of it after. Oh, guess what I forgot to do? Forgot to drop off my crafting supplies for Hearthfire. Thought I saw a dragon running around out there too, but it might have just been a star on the other side of those trees. Okay. The giant's fighting something over there, it sounds like. Dragon's fighting some bandits? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We're not killing that giant. That is the best security force that I didn't even have to buy. That's awesome. Oh no, that's Raya. That's Raya. That's my house Carl. God damn it. Sorry, Raya. I would have helped with that. But Raya took down that giant, no problem. Look at that. I don't know what the hell's going on over there. Frost Atronach? Not my fight. Raya's your spouse currently? She is a warrior. Raya is one of the only vanilla followers, or one of the only vanilla NPCs that can dual wield out of the box. So you give her 2 swords, she will wield them both without the need for any mods or anything. And with the Anirim Summer Mist, the latest Summer Mist one that has like the weakness to certain elements enchantments, you can put, if you're an enchanting expert, you can put 2 of each of those. So you could put like fire and frost on one sword, weakness to fire, weakness to frost, and then weakness to shock and weakness to poison on her other blade. And then she's gonna go in and start whacking with both of those blades, and your enemies are all gonna be weak to whatever, you know, magic you want to hit them with, or poison. Helps out a lot. Okay. I used her with my mage character for sure, and she follows around and just weakens everybody to whatever element I want to hit them with. It's great. Okay, let's not forget this time. Let's drop off all of our iron, straw, clay. That was a big one. Nails. Go ahead and throw some animal bones in there too. I don't care. So clay was the only one that was here. I thought I might have had some rock and some iron and corundum as well, but I guess not. I must have dropped those off at Shadowfoot Sanctum, because I thought I had a ton. Anyway, I can drop this, or not drop it, but unequip the backpack now just because it's bulky. There we go. Now we're looking a little more thievy. I don't really like the way that Argonians look with their fangs as vampires in this game. Well, I guess it's not bad close up, but from farther away they look kind of derpy to me. I don't know. I feel like Argonians don't really need accentuated fangs, or if they do, they don't need them this much. Just a little more subtlety would have gone a long ways. I like the eyes though. I like the vanilla eyes more than the modded eyes that I have with the glowing yellow. Just a little more iconic for a Skyrim thing. The modded eyes that I have now for human vampires is like a pinkish red hue, which is a little more subtle, but I think I like the glowing orange better. Glowing yellow. Just my preference. Yeah, a little bit more subtlety on the fangs, I think. Doesn't look bad close up, but farther away it looks kind of derpy, in my opinion. Yeah, kind of like a Nosferatu look. Don't usually do marry options, but I threw together a random character and Raya was the chosen as a spouse. Nice. Which is also why I'm building Lakeview, because it says that Durak is supposed to be my steward, and that only happens with the build your own home. Interesting. I didn't know about that. Okay, yeah, I didn't know Durak was available as a steward or whatever. Wonder what orcs look like? Yeah, I've never had an orc. I've never had an orc vampire or a Khajiit vampire, and you'd think Khajiit vampires are pretty common. Khajiit is like a fan favorite race. All those furries out there love being Khajiits. You would think I would have seen one, but I don't. I have no recollection of a Khajiit vampire. I should play one sometime. Even my acrobat character, which is basically a thief that jumps a lot, probably should have been a vampire, and I don't think he was. Okay, what are we doing here? Dropped off everything. We're going to the Reach. All right, we already hoofed it all the way over here, so I don't want to retread all that terrain again. Let's just head down to this Ilinalta Lake Ilinalta carriage stop, which is actually farther over here to the west. What's that channel that did a Khajiit vampire build that worshipped Sanguine? Kruger, I think? Kruger was an awesome builder. I wish he was still making builds, but that one I don't remember. It's entirely possible. Ooh, a bird's nest. I'll take that. Wow, shit got messy over here. Looks like there's like a knight or something that's just can't be bothered, just trotting along on a horse. And there's this Atronach like following him, trying to hit him, and it's just not. That knight just can't be bothered. It's just moving along at just the right speed to dodge every attack he's throwing. He showcased CW Shadling build. Yeah, I remember that. There was like a top 5 builds or something on YouTube, and Shadling made one of the slots. It was great. I actually commented on one of his videos one time, and he was like, "Oh, hey, I watch your builds all the time. They're really good." I was like, "Oh shit." That's awesome. That was beyond that. That was past the time where he did the top 5 builds or whatever. But yeah, I don't know if I would, if any of my builds would have made it on there. Maybe the Shadow Mage would have made it on at some point, but whatevs. I was just happy to watch his channel. Yeah, that is cool, right? I love that. When there's like a channel or creator or something that I like know and respect, and then find out that they watch my channel too, I'm like, oh shit, that's awesome. Okay, I completely bypassed my Lake Hill and Alta stop because I was trying to avoid all that nonsense out there. But yeah, I should be able to just hightail it back there now. Or low tail it, floppy tail it. I don't know what you call this. Loose tail it all the way back to the carriage stop. Oh, we got horses all over the place over here. What's going on? Thick tail it. I got it. Okay. Yeah, Joe's in his cups. It is definitely thicker than a vanilla tail, but I think it's pretty proportional. Oh, you did one from Captain Hargar? He took one of my Shadeling contracts, actually, and I was trying to have him kill all the orc chieftains, but he picked up the contract, and then he came back and was like, okay, this is going to be a much bigger job than I can fit in one video. Can we, like, reduce this a little bit? I was like, okay, how about these 2 chieftains? And he's like, okay, that works. That's a good compromise. And then he never did another video. That was like right before he retired from making videos, and I was like, oh well, it's okay. Oh no, it wasn't the Orcish chieftains. It was the House Carls, and some of them are essential, so he would have had to use like console commands to set them to non-essential. He was gonna send a message. I wanted to send a message to the different Jarls of Skyrim to, you know, play nice. I think I was role-playing like one of the council members from Cyrodiil or something like that. So I wanted to send a message to the Jarls by killing all their house Carls, and we couldn't find an easy way to do it. Would have been cool though. I had like the letter set up and everything. Should have had him do was cause a mutiny. That would have been cool. And he had the illusion magic to be able to do it. Mark Carth, here we go. Okay, so I think I'm going to do the dungeon run first, and then we'll come back. I actually should have taken the carriage stop to Karthwasten instead. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Dragon Tooth Crater, take that on first, because I might end up getting a little over encumbered with some of the thieving jobs that I have here. So we'll do that when we get back. Shadeling would be a good follower mod. Yeah, as long as you could get the follower to cast the right spells, which I think people have solved. You can get a lot of modded characters, a lot of modded followers now that are really good at magic. Obviously, they're not going to be as creative as Stu was with some of those gameplay combinations that he was running with Shadeling, but you know, you have your frost spells and you have your illusion spells and things like that. Would have been cool. Okay, I think I already picked these guys clean. I haven't restarted the game since, so those inventories aren't going to reset. Balefish, actually, it wasn't a follower. I don't think he made a Shadeling follower mod, but Shadeling was in, what was that, Shriekwind Bastion? The Shadeling's sanctuary that he had up just north of Falkreath here. Redid Shriekwind to make it a sanctuary for Shadeling, and Shadeling was actually in there doing some sandboxing stuff here and there. I don't think he ever made that public, but a few of us in the community helped him test it for sure. To do it right, though, it'd need to be on the level of Lucian in detail. Yeah, that was a lot of work. I don't think that one ever went public either. But Balefish did have a follower framework, which isn't like Nether's follower framework. It was more of like a modded follower framework if you wanted to create your own follower. Oh, crap. I did that wrong. All right, I think I can avoid combat here.
Just getting jumpy, I guess.
I guess. Okay, now that I'm hidden, it's gonna take a lot for them to actually detect me. There are no bears, there are no saber cats, that's for sure. Bayo did some fabulous stuff. He did indeed. Very talented modder. The problem is a lot of different things catch his attention. So in terms of video games, I don't think he's been on Skyrim for a while. He made a comeback for a little bit, and then he just got busy again, fell off it again. He was in everybody's streams for a little while, and then after about a couple months or a week or two, I guess, he was gone with the wind again. It happens. I'm the same way with video games sometimes. I have a really deep backlog of games that I want to play, and I've gotten through a lot of them. But I still got so many more. People like to bemoan the state of gaming these days, but there's just so many amazing games that come out every year that there's just not even time to play them. And then if you're on Steam or just all the digital sales for all of like the console systems and everything, for like $10 you can buy like a AAA masterpiece from like 3 or 4 years ago, and you can just load up your library with these amazing games that you'll never even have enough time in your life to play. I don't know. I think we're in a pretty good spot as consumers, at least with video games here. Sometimes you just got a life, right? Yeah, for sure. For sure. What is this? Is this a dead vampire?
There, traveler, over here.
No, I've seen this before, guys. You are not fooling me on this. I am a vampire, and I know your tricks. Oh, that one right through his goddamn head. This is where the kill cams are like epic. Thief is underpowered? What? I have these fine steel arrows here. I think this comes from immersive weapons. I'm not sure on that. I think it does. They're kind of goofy. So when they're in your inventory, they show up as fine steel arrows, and they're kind of on the same level as maybe like an orcish arrow. Oh, excuse me, I just burped into my own mouth. That was gross. All right. Fine steel arrows here, damage 26. No, they're better than orcish arrows. They're probably like ebony arrows. And in your inventory, they show up as fine steel arrows. In somebody else's inventory, after you've killed them, they show up as fine steel arrows. But then if you shoot one onto the ground, they turn into steel arrows, regular steel arrows. That's got to be a bug in the mod, right? Actually, no, I still don't have a steel arrow in my inventory. So it shows up as a steel arrow on the ground, but then you pick it up and it becomes a fine steel arrow again. So I got 432 arrows. Let's shoot one into the ground here. Pick up the steel arrow, and then I have 432 steel. Okay, yeah, so it's just a label bug. That's why nobody bothered fixing it, I guess. It's because you just shot it into the ground, takes the fine edge off. Yeah, it does. Seen that happen with other mods too. Yeah, there's just there's probably a property or variable in there that is just really easy to miss. Verp, vomit burp, yeah. No, nothing came up except for air, fortunately, but you know. Hey, Iverstead, she snuck in. She's playing a Bard Archer in Skyrim right now, I think. Fun character. Yeah, go check out Iverstead's channel. Good stuff. Good old inherent human error. Yeah, we're full of mistakes, aren't we? Of course, who knows if it's going to be better or worse once AI takes over. Interesting times indeed. All right, so Dragon Tooth Crater, that is up on top of this mountain here. I am going to sort of circumnavigate this mountain on the foothills over here, and I'm going to keep my eye out to the right. I also know that this is Forsworn territory. Oh, I can go a little more north. I know that this is also Forsworn territory here, so I am going to stay in sneak mode. I'm going to take it low and slow. Might actually also kick on Predator Vision here too, just so... Oh my god, that hurts. I'm sorry about that. Get up there. Yeah, that's too bright. Yeah, that's too bright. I'm not doing that. I've not prayed in a while. Okay, I gotta go make Mama Nocturnal happy. Mama Nocturnal. Just adjust that in its MCM. Oh, is it too? You can adjust the brightness in the Predator Vision MCM. Okay, the dragons are activated. So this is usually a Forsworn encampment until you spawn dragons, and then it becomes a dragon roost. The dragon kills all the Forsworn in the area. But before you spawn dragons, there is a what's the bird lady? Why am I blanking on what the bird lady is? Hagraven. There is a Hagraven down there as a boss instead, and a bunch of Forsworn minions. Yeah, Magus got it. Hagraven. Are you running an E&B? I am indeed. I'm running Rudy E&B with Obsidian Weathers. Man, ooh, that bear is not detecting me. That is incredible. So, like I said earlier, I upgraded my monitor to a 4K from a 1440p. And I was having a hell of a time trying to get Skyrim to run in a full screen, because I was running it as a borderless windowed mode, but 1440p resolution. So it just kind of filled out the screen anyway. And running in borderless windowed mode kind of helps with crashes a little bit. You don't have to back all the way out. Doesn't freeze your entire system. You can just kind of go into the task menu and kill the process if you have a freeze. With full screen mode, exclusive full screen mode, it's a little harder to recover from. There are ways to do it, but it's not as easy or cut and dry. So anyway, it was really hard for me to figure out why I was just running 1440p in the top left corner of the screen when it was showing the rest of my desktop. And by the way, that actually shows you how much higher resolution 4K is from 1440p, because it's takes up like a quarter of your screen otherwise. So 4K resolution is a nice upgrade from 1440p. It just depends on if your eye can see it or not. So I'm still running 1440p now, but I have to actually go into the display tweaks mod INI in MO2 and switch that over from windowed mode to full screen, and it stretches now my 1440p resolution over my 4K desktop. And that worked. But before that, I was like, oh man, am I gonna have to remod my game? Because like the last time I upgraded my desktop for Fallout 4, it really bungled up the INIs to a point where it just looked awful and I couldn't fix it. And I had to redo the installation for that. But I was able to fix it. But for a second there, I was like, oh man, do I have to like completely remod my game and reinstall everything? But I didn't have to do it. Almost happened. I don't use modded night vision, so I end up tweaking the night eye in the ENB. Yeah, you could do that too. I think I could do either way. I just didn't know there were brightness settings in Predator Vision. Might be easy to fix. Yeah, night vision brightness is at 50%. I could take that down to like, what, 30%? Let's see how this looks. Maybe even 40% will be fine. Okay. Oh shit, now it's not doing anything. It's busted. It's just not doing a damn thing now. What about Predator Vision? Yeah, it totally broke it. Predator Vision works fine, but I didn't adjust that. Weird that just the brightness of it would break it. Must have something to do with the ENB. Yeah, now it's fixed. Weird. Yeah, I probably have to fix it in ENB. Okay, let's talk about tactics here. We're gonna have to pop some potions of Fortify Archery. This is either an Elder Dragon or an Ancient Dragon, but it is not a Blood Dragon. So it's still going to be pretty strong. I can tell by the horns on it. I think we can use this tower as cover here. The problem with the tower is we're going to be inside for the most part. It's going to limit our offensive ability, even though... we'll have great coverage for defense. May not even need it. Let's see if we can get a few pot shots out, and then do I have Dragon Rend? I do have Dragon Rend there. Why is Dragon Rend the only one? Okay, well, it's active. Once I switch to the crossbow after this first sneak shot or two, then Dragon Rend will be active. Okay. So let's try this. If I have to run back to the tower because something went wrong, I can do that. But I think I can hit him with a couple of sneak pot shots here, and then hit him with Dragon Rend, and then start pelting him with crossbow bolts. All right, quick save here. Elder Dragon. It's gonna be tough. Ah! Okay, so he's an ice dragon. That bodes a little better for a vampire. We have a lot of resistance to cold. Obviously, he still took away, you know, 1/8 of my life, even with all those resistances, so we have to be careful here. Using the dodge roll to cancel the reload animation to get a lot more rapid fire shooting from the crossbow here. All right, still hurting me plenty. Let's do resist magic, resist cold. Do some true shot. Oh crap, he got away from me a little bit. Back to the tower. Do not know where he ended up. Way over there. Okay, that's fine. We'll let whatever else take the heat off of us. Let's see if I can hit him from downtown. Not bad. Okay, I need to get on the other side of that tower. This is gonna hurt. Hitting him? I'm not even hitting him. What the hell's going on here? Third person aiming issues, I think. Yeah, Gornians do have funny funny shout voices. Oh yeah, that hurts. I like to be in third person here because I can see the terrain a little better. So I don't get hung up on stuff as much as I do in first person. Problem is aiming seems to go a little haywire in third person, especially with a custom camera. Okay, now we don't have to worry about Dragon Rend anymore. There we go. Okay, so we get a Dragon Soul and a Word Wall. A twofer. Smell a cheese sandwich? Yeah, I mean, you're playing on this level of difficulty. With limited offensive output, you kind of gotta, you know, you gotta use some of that cheese sometimes. There's that Hagraven I was telling you about. That's a nice touch that the Hagraven is here and dead. You can find her alive earlier in the game. It's like, how many players? There's got to be an extremely low amount of... These are all the bolts that missed because of the third-person aim bullshit. I'm taking those back, though. How many... What percentage of players, it's got to be super low, are going to come visit Dragontooth Crater way out here in the middle of nowhere, so far away from the earlier main quest line of the game, before dragons are spawned in the game, to see that there is a full, like, Forsworn encampment here with a hag raven. But they programmed for that. They had a whole ass thing here just in case players came here before dragons were spawned. That's crazy. Hats off to Bethesda on that one. Grilled cheese does sound good. You have with Kaldor? Yeah, I mean, with alternate starts and things like that, it's way more common. Ooh, we got another thing out there. Is that a bear? I see a bear. Hamstringed him. Here we go, 2 shots. I think we're good now. Kine is pleased. I don't really feel the need to go all the way over there to get my bolts back or get any kind of bear claws or anything. Yeah, alternate start makes it way more likely that you're gonna see it, but with the vanilla start, where I would say the vast majority of the players who have ever played this game, I wouldn't, you know, just casual players, they're going to start over here next to Helgen, and they're going to make their way up to Riverwood. They're going to make a beeline either for Bleak Falls Barrow at that point to get the claw, or they're going to go to Whiterun to talk about dragons, and then they're going to go back to Bleak Falls Barrow to get the claw, and then they're going to come back up here. The guard is going to say, hey, there's a dragon attacking, and then you're going to come over here to the Western Watchtower, and then dragons are unlocked, right? To fight Murmelnir. And then dragons are unlocked. It's all right here, very located centrally in the province. I would probably say above 90% of players who have played Skyrim have unlocked dragons within the first few hours, or even the first hour of gameplay, without ever leaving this area right here. So they would never even see this Forsworn encampment. But it's there. Marmalade? Yes, indeed. That's why we call them casuals. Yeah, but there are a lot more of them than there are of us. They count statistically as people who have played Skyrim. And those are people who have never even touched a damn mod in their lives and don't want to. It's too much work. All right. I hear something. Okay, a werewolf? Is that a werewolf or a werebear? That looks like a werebear. What the hell? Whoa. What is going on over there? It's a vigilant hunter taking on a werebear. This has to be added by that vigilant armor mod, the CC that comes with AE. But I've never seen this random encounter before, I don't think. Gotta take care of that. Ringing noise, I hate it. Werebear? Here castle, there bear. Probably the ones who buy paid mods too. Most likely, yeah. The console players. A lot more console players than there are PC players. Wow. That werebear is like not getting hit at all. This guy I think is still alive, but he's down to half health. Yeah, not my fight. Not my fight. Sided with the vigilant a little bit with the Dawn Guard, but that's it. Don't got any skin in this game. Peasants. All right. Let's see here. East. I guess we can take the path east. Maybe back to Karthwasten. Nah. We'll go west, southwest over here. We'll go through the wilderness. We'll do some cross country. . Young Frankenstein ref. What a great movie. I love that movie. Mel Brooks at his finest. I actually think I prefer that to Spaceballs. They're doing a second Spaceballs, by the way. They had a teaser trailer for it not too long ago. Just last week or the week before, I think. What am I hearing over here? I feel like I'm hearing a dragon wings flapping, and then I hear like a deep rumble of them landing somewhere. Oh, I think I'm hearing my own footprint, of my own foot, yeah. That's the sound of my own feet. Footsteps is what I'm trying to say. But then every once in a while, I'm hearing like a deep rumble, like a dragon landing. Mel, almost 100 and still going to do yogurt. Oh my God, really? Yeah, that dude was looking old in that teaser too. Oh, there goes a frost troll. Chasing a goat into some kind of encampment here. Kind of hunter's camp, it looks like. A bunch of dead hunters. Alright, also not my fight. I think he's like 98. Yeah, he hasn't made a movie forever either. So Mel Brooks movies, let's see. I think Young Frankenstein's probably my favorite, followed closely by the Western one. What was that? Trying to remember. His birthday is today. How about that? What is the name of that Western one? That was my second favorite Mel Brooks movie. Blazing Saddles, that's the one, thank you. And then Spaceballs after that. And then there's also some other ones like, like The History of the World and High Anxiety. Okay, this is Ragnvald. It's where I fought Otar. Should be clear, I think. Ooh. That was kind of a steep fall that I was not prepared for. 1926, man. So he was born before the Great Depression. That's crazy. Otar, Roger, steal your shinies. You all know. Roger. Another classic. Another instant classic. Who doesn't love Roger? The sentient Draugr. Stealing everybody's shinies. All the Dragon Priests. Roger. Ooh, that is a vampire. Oh, no, that's gargoyles. Okay, I thought that was a vampire lord coming after me. Just gargoyles. Still frightening. Please don't get stuck. Okay, good. Shoot him. He's coming right at me. Shoot him. Ah. Is he dead? Looks like he might be dead. Okay, he's dead. That was uncomfortable. Is it just the gargoyles, or is there a vampire with them? Take all those crafting materials too. Heck yeah. Pretty spongy indeed. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. These without access to these crafting material or the crafting perks and things like that with the thief, because the classic thief class has no crafting major skills at all, so I'm trying to avoid putting perks in any of them. Those crafting skills are what give you your top end damage at high levels and high difficulty levels. Without them, you're going to be really underpowered compared to most characters. So yeah, a lot of enemies are very, very spongy. I think I've said it before, where if you're playing a Bethesda game and you're not doing any crafting, you're really only playing like half the game. Especially some of the newer ones like Fallout 4 and Starfield. So much of the gameplay in that game is tied up with the crafting systems that you really, really ought to be using them. Skyrim, they're just super powerful, even in vanilla. Less of the gameplay really tied up to crafting in Skyrim, but in Fallout 4 and Starfield, the gameplay is really, really tied up with the different weapon mods and stuff that you can get. But they've instituted a lot of caps on things like Oblivion did, where anything above like a certain level just isn't going to be counted. So crafting in Skyrim is like super powerful, even though it's not unlocking any gameplay. It's very, very strong. Basic city builder simulator? Yeah, very basic. But that's only part of it. That's not even the crafting I'm talking about. Mostly I'm talking about weapon modding, weapon crafting, and armor modding and crafting as well. Okay, so we got our word wall. We got our dragon soul. Let's finish off Durnavir here, and then we can use him to actually unlock the next full shout. So we just have to summon him 3 times next time we're on just a country path somewhere. We don't want to do it actually in a city or anything. That would be a little rough. And the next 3 times we summon him, he'll give us the I don't remember what the name of the shout is now, but I think it's kind of like a resurrection shout, isn't it? Oh, that swig of monster I just took gave me a hiccup burp. It's 1 part hiccup, 1 part burp all at the same time, and it is uncomfortable. All right, what kind of jobs we got here? We got a burglary job. Retrieve the jeweled goblet from Smelter Overseer's house in Martin. Yeah, that guy's always targeted with this mod. He's also kind of an asshole too, so I don't mind stealing all of his shit. Oh, not to mention the power armor suits in Fallout 4. That is very heavily crafted as well. Pause for dramatic effect. Yeah, that was very dramatic. What am I looking for? A jeweled pitcher? Jeweled goblet. Okay. Should be a very large, garish cup. Okay. Smelter Overseer is sleeping. I won't kill him. I'll just feed on him. Nice. We got the goblet. We fed. What's next? The sweep job. Clear Ogman's house. In the reach of valuables. Ogman's house. I gotta remember where he lives. I think he's over on the other side of the city. Okay, let's see. I need to cross over to the other side over here. Now, we'll go over this way. Officer. All right. We're looking probably for a drinking horn, a pitcher, and another jeweled goblet, I'm guessing. Should be easy enough. Hopefully he's not awake. What time is it? 3:44 a.m. Okay, so it's approaching the wee hours of the morning here where people are going to start waking up. But I am running at timescale 8, so we do have... Oh, geez. Some time to do this. Yeah, the detection on these stolen items are always a little wacky. Hey you, another settlement needs your help. Oh, PTSD, man. Killing me, Iverstead. Turn. Plant the stolen flawless sapphire in Ogman's house and mark. Oh, so I gotta go back in there again? I'm gonna turn on my compass too to make sure I know where to plant the damn thing. Usually in a chest somewhere. Oh, he's already got a stolen one in there. I've already done this to him once before, and he still hasn't gotten caught, so now he's gonna have 2 flawless gems in there. God, I just spat all over the place. We're calling you today about your settlement's extended warranty. There actually is something like that in Starfield too. You're just flying around in space and then you'll get a cold call from another ship about your extended ship warranty. But yeah, on that level of annoyance for sure. I actually like the settlement building in Fallout 4. It was very basic. But it did a pretty good job of giving you stretch goals throughout the rest of your playthrough. Just trying to find as much concrete as possible to really flesh out your modern industrial settlement with all the best stuff. You had to find 2 flawless sapphires for the Argo. Yeah, those are always hard to find. Basically, I'll unlock that quest early on, and then it'll take me like almost an entire playthrough to find them all. It's crazy. Once you get the not the Throne of Baranzaya, the Crown of Baranzaya, it becomes a little bit easier. Retrieve the gold ring from Markarth stables in Markarth. Okay. Still doing good on time. I did like the settlement building, I just don't like how forced it felt. Yeah, that's a very common complaint, I would say. They really shoved it down your throat in that game. It was like a core gameplay system throughout the main quest. Actually, you had to interact with the settlement building system in order to progress the main quest because of you know, getting down into the MIT thing, the Institute. If you're not part of the Institute already. And the whole automatron thing used settlement building to even get those crafting stations. But crafting your own robot companion was pretty damn cool, I thought. Thank you for saying concrete and not cement. Cement is a component, not the end result. Yeah, a lot of people make that mistake. Always sided with the Institute and your character's son. I thought I heard somebody just screaming just now. I think I might be going a little crazy. Okay, so the dog didn't see me. That is good. Okay, just a single little old gold ring that's not even really worth much. That's fine. I should be feeding on these people too, but I'm not. Help advance my vampiric age a little bit more. Is it just the draining that advances your vampiric age, or is it just common feeding as well? I think draining progresses it the fastest, but I think feeding might help a little bit, along with just spending time as a vampire. I always sided with a bunch of jet and pure rage. That's the right way to play Fallout 4. Go into the Nuka, what is it? Nuka World expansion, ready to go. What the hell am I doing here? Retrieve Senna's silver ruby ring from Senna and Markarth. Okay. Have I already done the Bella questline here? I think I did, but I'm not entirely sure. In any case, there's Senna. She's the one that always kind
The
of...
sisters are communing with Debella. They can't be disturbed. You'll have to come back another
So I have not done it. %, chance to steal. Don't mind if I do. It's a pet peeve. I like to watch old Holmes reruns on YouTube, and he always refers to drywall finishing as plastering, and it drives me nuts. I'm like, it's not plaster, Mike. Yeah. I mean, arguing syntax and semantics on the internet is, it's a losing battle for sure. I think the internet just made it even worse. This common accepted shorthand for things that are technically not even what you're saying at all. It's just, it's just a complete bastardization of the English language. And as long as you know, quote unquote, know what I meant, then it's like acceptable. Actually. Wait, people actually argue on the internet? Man, you have lived a charmed life. No, I know. I know. Being sarcastic. Yeah, people, man, don't argue on the internet. That's crazy. Not good for anybody. Herbalist's Guide to Skyrim. Yeah, I'll take that now. Why not? Return to Delvin. Okay, I think we did all of them. We did them all. I'm past my window, so I'll probably end up just stopping the stream here. All right, so we made some progress. We got some role play in with the circles of conflict and just general attitude and you know, just talking with NPCs. Cole is in a dark place. She's a vampire now. She's being kind of an asshole to people. That's okay. She's been through a lot. And her best friend isn't talking to her, so she's got a lot of suffering going on right now, and you know, misery loves company, so she wants everybody else to suffer too. But let's see, we also did one cycle of how I've been playing her now, where we go to Arngeir, we get a whisper of a word, we pick up thief's jobs to do in the area of that word wall, and then we'll go take care of both, and we'll start over with the cycle. And along the way, we are picking up alchemical ingredients to stock our hearthfire greenhouse with, so that we can level up alchemy in the meantime and sell those things off for a huge amount of gold, which we can then use with the Dragon Horde perk in the pickpocket tree here to buy more perks and become stronger, become even better of a thief and vampire and all that. So that's what I'll be doing probably for the next week or so. I'm also almost done. I would say about 2/3, if not 3/4 of the way done with my Oblivion Warrior build guide. So look forward to that in the next week or two. I want to say optimistically I'll have it out by next weekend, but that may or may not happen. We'll just have to see. I do have the week off, so I might do some impromptu streams if I got nothing else going on. But if nothing else, I'll have time to work on my build guide. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah, thanks for joining, guys. Magus, the Panicked Monk, Iverstead, check out their channels all over the place. Yeah, I think that's it, guys. All right, that's it for me. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.